Hello everyone and welcome to another movie trailer reaction. This time it's a request from someone in the comments of our The Stylist review, Hannibal Lekter, who has asked if we can do a reaction on the movie trailer for Lady of Heaven. Now, this has been getting some controversy online due to the subject matter, and I am not even going to pretend that I am knowledgeable in pretty much any aspect of what is going on and how it relates to the Muslim faith and various other things. So I'm not even going to comment on that. What I do know is, going by the story, the synopsis states that it's the heart-wrenching journey of Lady Fatima, the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad, and it's juxtaposed with a modern-day story of a young war-torn Iraqi child being told the story of Lady Fatima by a grandmother who takes him in when he loses his own parents during a war in the Middle East. Now, saying here, I'm looking at a few different sites here, that the living grandmother narrates the historical story of the lady and how her suffering as the first victim of terrorism spun out of control into the 21st century, which is where we are now. So, with regards to that, I've seen some still images of it. It looks like a very beautiful film. So I will watch the trailer and we'll discuss that. It's directed by a gentleman by the name of Eli King. It was written by Sheikh Ali Habib. So without further ado, let's watch the trailer and find out how I, a Westerner with limited knowledge of the Muslim faith and of what this will mean to Muslims. So my reaction is simply going to be based on the cinematography and how it looks and what emotions the trailer evokes. So let's get to it.
Is in shock as a group of terrorists has taken control of large areas of Syria and Iraq.
The world can be a cruel and dangerous place.
So that's ISIS.
Remember, even if you're afraid, be strong.
Oh.
Your loving mother, Fatima.
Ah, his mother's Fatima as well.
Did your mother ever tell you the story of the Lady of Heaven?
She was very special.
Daughter to the Prophet
Oh,
Muhammad.
this is shot beautifully.
My time is near, and afterwards, my lovely Fatima, you will face many trials.
With my father no longer here to lead us, evil is with those who will extinguish the light of truth.
Lighting's wonderful on this
You're gonna let the
trailer.
woman tell us what to do. We'll burn her out.
God will judge all of you.
This world has become a breeding ground of violence. A shadow will be cast across many generations to come.
It's interesting they're showing the juxtaposition between what was happening back then and what was happening now.
It said some people are so full of faith. They give strength to everyone around them.
Oh, church, is
The
it?
greatest thing in this life and the hereafter is the spreading of peace in the world.
Lady Fatima's goodness inspired people to stand up, no matter what the cost. Her legacy lives on.
Beautiful. Some beautiful shots there. Okay, first thoughts on that. It looks, from a cinematography standpoint, from scenery, from framing of the shots, it looks beautiful. It's a beautiful looking movie. It's going to have very evocative themes. It's probably going to rile up a lot of people with its interpretations. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like there was a actual physical representation of the Prophet Muhammad, which I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I understand that is against the Muslim faith. What I understand, that you cannot depict the Prophet Muhammad. There was some issues with publications in Europe for doing so. So I'm not 100% sure. Let me actually check the IMDb cast list to see if he is listed there. Let's have a look. Trivia. In accordance with Islamic tradition, during the making of this film, no individual represented a holy personality. The performances of the holy personalities were achieved through a unique synthesis of actors, in-camera effects, lighting, and visual effects. So it looks like Muhammad is in the movie, since he is the father of Fatima, but he is not physically represented by any one person. So I wonder how that will go, though, because even though he's not physically represented, does he appear in the movie on screen? That could get interesting. Again, I'm not claiming to have any knowledge of how someone of the Muslim faith will view this trailer, so I apologise if any of my comments are coming across as insensitive. That is not the intention. This trailer was requested by that user, Hannibal Lekter, and I'm basing my reaction on what I saw, and I saw a beautifully shot movie, competently acted. The cinematography, as I said, was fantastic. The way it juxtaposes modern day with almost 1.5 millennia ago, and the costume design, everything about it looks fantastic. So I would imagine that with a movie like this, there will be levels of enjoyment. For someone like myself, a Christian, not a practicing Christian, but a Christian nonetheless, watching this movie, for a lot of Western audiences, it will be taken as like a historical drama with action and war set pieces in it, and with a message. With Muslims, it will obviously be taken in a different context. Muslims will hopefully still enjoy the cinematography and all the action and everything else, but undoubtedly they will take a deeper meaning from the movie than a non-Muslim, based on the subject and the content. All in all, very impressed by the trailer, very impressed by how the movie looks, the sound design, the costume design, the story seems like it's going to be captivating as well. It's reminiscent, for me, as a Western viewer, that it seems to be the same framework, slightly, obviously with a more serious subject matter, to The Princess Bride. It's a grandparent narrating this story to a child. And in that regard, there's comparisons there. The comparisons obviously end because this is based on historical records and people who existed, whereas the Princess Bride is obviously a work of fiction. The narrative purpose, though, is that the grandparent is telling the story to a child. So I'm very impressed by this trailer. I'm very impressed by it, and it is a movie I will be seeking out once it is released. The release date, if I check on here, it just has 2021, so it doesn't look like it has an official release date as of yet. Rotten Tomatoes just has it as the year as well, so I'm not 100% sure when the movie is being released. However, from the trailer, I will be seeking it out once it is released. I would recommend you watching the trailer separately from my reaction so you can get the full effect of it. Keep this movie in mind, keep an open mind, and I'll see you again on our next video.